Alright everyone, welcome back to another video of Salesforce Makes Sense. This is Himanshu and we are continuing our journey of understanding Salesforce development through Apex. In the last tutorial, we looked at Database.Saveresult class and we learned a very good deal of understanding how does the database notify us of success and failures in case records are inserted or updated into the system. So I hope you guys are comfortable with the Database.Saveresult class. However, no one has asked me, Himanshu, will this work for upsert command, or will it work for the delete command, or will it just work for inserts and updates? Right? So that's where this video comes in. Database.SaveResult is only good for insert and updates. All right. So does that mean we cannot track or we cannot cover what happens behind the scenes for upsert and delete? No, we can. We actually can. And this is something that most people will not know, right? Most of the people will know about the database.saveresult class, but they'll mostly not know that there's another class that's called database.deleteResult. There's another class that's called database.upsertResult. These are the two classes similar to what you get in the save result, pretty much the same things, but these are available separately. Okay, let's quickly give it a try. Just try to save it. I just wanted to show handle delete scenario, right? So I'll just convert this to a database statement. So I'll say database.delete, and as soon as I say database.delete, I have a provision to leverage the save result for delete operation. So I'll say list of database.deleteResult, deleted result list. Let's try to save it first of all and see whether this class exists or not. Right? See line 53, compiled perfectly fine. So for delete operations, Himanshu, how do I get the information from the system? You have a database.deleteResult. Okay, let's quickly take a look at what extra or what benefits do you get from this particular class. If I take you to the delete result class, let's go to the delete result class here, and I'll quickly show you the methods and you'll understand it's pretty much the same thing. You get the ID of the object you are trying to delete. You get a success or failure, true or false if the operation was a success, and if in case there are errors, you get the errors. Pretty much the same thing. Okay, that is your database.deleteResult. Now I'll take the same code and we'll take a look at a place where we use the upsert command. See, upsert command is here, right? So this upsert command, Himanshu, how do I track the upsert scenario? So you get a class that's called upsert_result, right? And I'll say upserted result list just to name the variable properly. Upserted result list, and I'll say save. Let's see if line number 66 compiles and saves fine or not. It does save up fine, right? So any kind of database operation, you get a database, you get that results option to check what has happened behind the scenes, and you can actually send that information to the server, to the client side. Okay, Himanshu, what is different in the upsert result? Then can we take a look at this particular class now? If we go to the upsert result, right, there is the upsert result methods. Let's open this and you will see one additional method is available. See, in case of an upsert, what do? We are either inserting a record or updating a record together. So how do you know which record was inserted and which record was updated? Right? That clarification is needed, correct? Which is why you have the getErrors, getId, and isSuccess like all the other classes, but you also get a isCreated flag. This will be true if the record was created. It will be false if the record was updated. Perfect, right? What is another operation we did? The undelete operation, correct? So the undelete also has a undelete result. So you have to ensure that the commands that you use, the database methods that you use, you're using the right save result classes. It could be the save result, it could be the upsert result, delete result, or undelete result. Okay, and each one of them have pretty much the same methods, but you can get something extra if in case required. Like for upsert, you get the isCreated method. All right. Great. I'll not be showcasing how things look like, but it's pretty much same. same what we covered in the last video, but I wanted to tell you that most of the people will not know that there's an upsert result class, there's a delete result class. Most of the people use save result, and that's also when they use the database methods. But it's a good thing to know, and it's a good information that's in our belt now. Great. What I'll encourage you guys to do is, you have seen these update methods, right? And you have probably written it with me. Or if you have not written it with me, I'll encourage you to try one update, try one upsert, try one delete, try one undelete, and try one insert. Try each command, one method each. Use the database methods for each one of them, and use the save result classes corresponding to each kind of method you've used. Okay? If not all, I'll encourage you to use or probably do this as a homework for two things, the upsert result and the delete result. Just do it for these two things. Try to create this code on your side, try to write it yourself. You'll get some errors, and that's how you'll learn. Okay, just looking at code never works. Okay, you actually have to type things and say save, and then when you save, things go wrong, and that's where you learn the most. Okay, great. So with that, we are done with the database operations. Let's quickly take a look at the navigator. I'll give you a sneak peek. What I have next is 30 Apex use cases. All right. They start with super easy ones. Then we'll move to beginner, we'll move to intermediate, we'll move to advanced. I have about 30 Apex use cases which are coming up next. One for each video. Okay. Now, how we'll be using this Apex use cases? We now know database operations, we now know SOCL and SOCL, and we now know how to write Apex. Based on that entire learning that we have had in the last 173 slides, yeah, 173 slides, we'll try to create and we'll try to create methods so that our use case is fulfilled. So 30 Apex use cases coming your way, and then after those use cases are complete, we'll move on to something next. Okay, not something next as in a completely different curriculum. A lot of stuff in the Apex curriculum is still pending. We'll look into that. Okay, so don't worry about it. A lot of good stuff coming up. My idea is always to basically put real-time examples as the first priority, because if you see things happening real time as in practical use cases, you understand, okay, this was a problem, Himanshu solved it this way, probably this is an approach I can also take for this particular use case. And that's the way you connect all the dots when you're actually working for business requirements. Okay, there are n number of ways to doing things. I might be doing it one way, you have another way, but it's good to know that there are two ways of doing it, and you have both options available in your head, and then you choose whatever is best for business. Okay, great, good amount of philosophical talks done, but I'm super happy with the progress that you guys are making in terms of understanding Apex, and I'm loving the comments that you're putting in terms of how the content is helping you, which keeps me motivated to post and post a lot of good content, and that's what I'm doing on a Saturday morning. So yeah, good with database operations. Just write database makes sense in the comments, and now it's time to actually get our hands dirty with trying out some Apex use cases. Be mindful that it will start with the super easy ones, probably very beginner ones. We'll move on to beginner, we'll move on to intermediate, and then to advanced. I'll try to cover a range of use cases. Okay, awesome. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.